Tim Dillon has been removed from the Riyadh Comedy Festival. I covered this lately on the Random Show, but before I'd update you guys too. Tim Dillon had boldly and confidently and happily declared that he was actually meant to be playing at the Riyadh Comedy Festival in a couple of days, I think, or in a couple of weeks, sorry, in October, out there in Saudi Arabia. They booked a bunch of prominent stand-up comedians to go perform out there. Some very surprising guests like Bill Burr, because he was like, admonishing and going in on billionaires and going in on government control, going in on cancel culture and all this malarkey. And for him to be performing at Saudi Arabia seems a little bit hypocritical based on what the things he said. But, according to Tim Dillon, when he did share that he was performing at the Riyadh Comedy Festival, he did let us know that he was getting paid $375,000. So a lot of people were like, you know what, we understand. Plus, Tim Dillon's always been very open and very candid and very kind of transparent about how singular he is in terms of going after the bag, securing the bag, being very nihilistic, being very black-pilled. Nothing really matters. What's the fucking point? So you may as well get the bags, however immoral, however blooded, however blood-drenched, however misery fucking washed they may be, just get the money. And obviously some fans were upset, but for the most part, he didn't give a fuck. He got on his podcast and said some pretty dicey stuff about Saudi Arabia government. He fucking made a mockery of the call to prayer thing that they do over there in that part of the world. He was singing that at the beginning of the show. He spoke about turning the other cheek or looking the other way if somebody's hand got cut off or somebody's head got cut or something crazy, right? He was kind of going in hard. And I guess the Saudi government weren't too happy about it. I did hear somebody say on my Random Show stream chat that simply him mocking the call to prayer would have been enough for them to take him off the list of people performing. I'm not too sure though. It's one of those things. One of those things kind of hurt the Saudi government's feelings, and they have cancelled or removed or fired Tim Dillon from the Riyadh Comedy Festival lineup, which actually makes him look way more sick as well, because he accepted it anyway. He accepted the blood money, and he didn't give them any fucks that he was ragging on them, and now they fired him. But according to the statement he put out on his Instagram, he gets to keep the down payment. So that's a good thing. He gets to keep the down payment. This is courtesy of Tim Dillon's Instagram. It says, Kimmel should still be on air. He's talking about Jimmy Kimmel's recent deplatforming or firing, because of the not so nice things he may have said about Charlie Kirk and his assassination. But he says it's wrong to pretend it's because the show sucked or because he was losing eyeballs and money. Both true. Clearly, it was a political motivated hit job. The joke was pretty mild, factually wrong, as in the guy who shot Charlie Kirk wasn't a MAGA guy. But who cares that doesn't matter. Anyone who cares about the ability to speak freely for a living should be disturbed by this. They should also be disturbed by the people celebrating the assassination of a political opponent, no matter what you thought of his views. Is pretty simple. Also, this morning I was fired from the Riyadh Comedy Festival because of the statements I made on my podcast. I'll be keeping the sizable down payment and donating it to a foundation that, just kidding, I'm gonna be buying another car. See you in Montecito. F words, F slur. I fucking love it, honestly. I fucking love it. And if you're out there wondering what Tim Dillon could have got banned for, could have got fired for, let me just tell you that it was kind of dicey.
Riyadh!
I'm sure that will get you fired from the Riyadh Comedy Festival. I'm sure it would.
Baby, we're in Saudi Arabia. Come on. Get your tickets now. Riyadh, Saudi Arabia, Tim Dillon live in the capital. Is it the capital? Riyadh, Saudi Arabia, October 8th. October 8th.
So, and then I'm pretty sure he also got fired for this down below here.
If I look the other way and I see someone being behanded, meaning they're chopping a hand off, that might be interesting to just kind of see actually how they do it. Because I think they do it kind of a sanitary way. But from what I've heard, if they're chopping hand, I might look down. And if I'm looking at the floor and I see some eyeless beggar grabbing at me, trying to get my money, I will look up to the heavens. And if in the heavens I see a drone flying over, I will look the other way because I'm being paid enough money to look the other way. What don't you understand? What is so complicated? I'm the only honest person just going to do it. Everyone else is going to have $1 million. They're going to go, well, actually, the Middle East is more progressive now, and he's trying to make some change. No. I'm being paid a lot of money to not care about what they do in their country. I mean, it's very simple. If you pay me lots of money, I will not comment on what's going on. In fact, I will ignore it. And if something that I really disagree with is happening, the more money you pay me, the less I'm going to think about it. Truly. This is a really important thing that no one does anymore, and I'm recommending it. Look the other way. If you are in a foreign country and you don't agree, because what's the other option? We're going to have to go into all of these countries and make them be Americans and make them live the way we live? That's not going to happen. That's not going to happen. We don't even know how to do that. All we do is try to do that, and it fails miserably like every time.
So yeah, that's probably why he got fired, but respect for him for saying what he was feeling. I still look at him a bit weird for accepting the gig in the first place, especially when you consider he's gay as well. If he wasn't a celebrity and he was out there, he'd get thrown off the nearest building or the nearest skyscraper, for fuck's sake. The fact that there are literal slaves out there, women from the Philippines and stuff who are working out there, who get their passports confiscated from them, and they have to work for a pittance for people over there. The fact that, journalists get killed in foreign countries by their government for opposing or questioning the fucking government and stuff, arriving in a fucking taxi and leaving in a fucking suitcase luggage or something. It's absolutely crazy. So to play a role in whitewashing that place, to making it seem somewhat normal, making it seem somewhat chill, is a bit fucked up. I'm not gonna lie, it's a little bit fucked up. I get why, because the money was probably too good to turn down. But also, I was thinking to myself, I was saying on a random show, like, does $375,000 really change Tim Dillon's life? Does it really change his life? I don't think so. So you have to question sometimes why these guys do this sort of stuff. But hey, it is what it is. It is what it is.